Good afternoon. My name is Chip Redmond. I'm the incident meteorologist here on the Gold Mountain Fire, and I travel with this Rocky Mountain team, and I provide the weather information to keep the firefighters safe and to help us project out where the fire is going to go and the kind of activity we're going to have to help build a plan on how to suppress the fire and put it out. So I work a lot with not only the management team, but the firefighters on the ground to get good weather data to help support those forecasts, and then also help with those longer term projections on, where's the fire going to be in a week, 2 weeks, and what's the potential, as well as looking at the historical data too. This fire is here for a reason, and we have to look at the historical data, both drought, the lack of snow pack, and the combination of those things to determine what the potential is for fire spread, both now and in the future. So briefly, I'm going to talk about the recent weather we've had, and then we'll jump into the next couple of days. So over the last week, really since this team's been here, we've had a big pattern change, and that pattern change has been really conducive for at least increasing the humidity and decreasing the winds. While we still have had periods of strong winds, they've been mostly storm driven and storm created. So they've been brief, they've been shifty and erratic, but they've been brief. And before, when this fire started, we had multiple days of really strong wind events that lasted all day. And that was a big problem for firefighters because it was hard to stop that spread. Well, now we've got higher humidity, lighter winds, and then we're getting thunderstorms every day, a typical monsoon-like pattern for Colorado. And those thunderstorms are doing several things. First, they're adding moisture to the ground. We're not getting a ton of precipitation. Just in the last week, we did have max up by Silverjack Lake, about an inch of precipitation over the course of the last 5 days. But that's the highest total. Elsewhere around the fire, we only saw a couple tenths of an inch of that. But that added moisture accumulates over time and has a big impact on the fuels and definitely has slowed the fire down. And so as a result, we're not seeing a lot of active fire, thankfully. And this pattern's been really focused on both contributions from tropical moisture from the East Pacific. We've had a hurricane out there that's been allowed some of that moisture to come up into Colorado. And we've also seen some of the Gulf moisture come north and west into the region. Now, as we shift into the forecast, that moisture return is actually expected to increase, especially as you get into Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And we're also going to change the direction of storms. Over the last week, we've had storms moving from north kind of to south, and that's any storms that develop off the mountains down here in the San Juans. They're going southward, and they're missing the fire. They've had a lot of moisture to our south. Now, this change in pattern this week is the storms are going to form here, and they're going to move northward. So we're going to likely be the big beneficiary of increased moisture. I expect multiple rounds of thunderstorms every afternoon with much better coverage, and the potential for wetting rain is fairly high, especially as you go through into Wednesday and Thursday when we get more widespread moisture. So high confidence that we're going to keep moisture around. We're not going to have extreme fire weather. We're going to have very moderated, if very little fire weather after today. And as you look further out, that moisture looks like it's going to stick around. Once we put that much moisture in the soils and on the ground, we get a positive feedback. And so we're going to get more convection and more thunderstorm development each afternoon, likely for at least the next 2 weeks. Thank you.